I am at Railway Coffee, and the message today is entitled, Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your heart. That's today's message. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your heart. There are many voices today that will lead you away. What will it lead you away from? It will lead you away from the truth. That's what the voices will do. There is only one Spirit of truth, and he's not going to make a mistake. It's not possible. Not for God. I don't know. It's just not possible for God to make a mistake. Today, I have been trying to get some people to understand that God does speak to individuals, and he speaks through individuals. Same way with the devil. And somebody says, well, Bob, there is no devil. Yeah, right. No devil? If there's no devil, there's no God in heaven. And I am positive there's a God in heaven. And I am sure there is a devil. Because the Son of God had some encounters with the devil, and I happen to have read about them in a history book. Yeah, there's a history book that I've read, and I'm confident that Jesus of Nazareth was the Son of the living God, that he was born in Bethlehem, and at the age of 30 years old, he met someone kin to him at the river and was baptized. Jesus was baptized by John. And that's when God spoke where people could hear him. I think whoever was there heard God that day say what he said. And if everybody there heard God speak that day, they heard God's audible voice. They heard God's audible voice. If God speaks audibly, that means he's speaking where everyone can hear him. If God had been speaking to Samuel audibly, Eli would have heard God calling Samuel by name. But God was not speaking to him audibly. You and I don't know how many times Eli had heard God speak to him. In other words, Eli had gotten many words from God. That means God had spoken to him more than once. And Samuel, it didn't take him long to figure out. It took him longer than it probably should have, but he figured it out, and he told Samuel exactly how to reply when he heard God call him again. And Samuel did reply as instructed. That's what Samuel would do. He would do what Eli instructed him to do. This young boy had been with Eli for a few years. He's grown up since his mama left him there. Mama came to see him once a year and would bring him some new clothes, some new garments. Her boy was growing, and God spoke to him. And the next morning, Eli told Samuel, I want to know exactly what God said to you last night. And I don't want to miss a word of it. And Samuel told Eli what God had said. Just like I can tell you what God has said to me when I heard and hear his voice. I can. But I want some people to know and understand here today, Jesus of Nazareth does not speak to me. He can. He has not. Well, you can say, I don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't care what you say. If Jesus of Nazareth speaks to me, I will know it. I'll know it without a shadow of a doubt. Just like I know when God speaks to me. Since I have been filled with the Holy Spirit, same Holy Spirit that Jesus was filled with, same Holy Spirit that his disciples were filled with. There is only one Holy Spirit. Have you got that? Only one. And that one comes from God. It comes from God. It is the Holy Spirit of God. It is God. So don't come try to explain to me what the Holy Spirit is and what the Holy Spirit is not. Because that's all you're going to be doing is trying. The Holy Spirit is God. When Jesus said, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, he could have just as well said, the Spirit of God is upon me, and he has anointed me. God had anointed many prophets before he anointed Jesus. John was anointed before Jesus was anointed. John could not speak and say the things that he did had he not been anointed by God. And I can assure you, neither can I. The last thing I need to do is be acting like that I can. Today, if you hear his voice, do not harden your heart. And I can tell you just as well today, if you hear the message that the devil is bringing, don't believe him. Please. More people are believing the devil today than they are believing God.